All right.
We will call this meeting of the Historic Preservation Committee to order. It is Wednesday, September 18th, 2024. We're starting a little late due to lack of a quorum and some meeting conflicts, which we'll talk about under item number 4. So the first item, our second item on the agenda is consider approving the minutes from the previous meeting.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
A second.
Motion made and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor signify so by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. That item is approved. Under general items for consideration, number 1, update and status and placement of the Normal Park sign. I will start this out by saying I received around 8,000 emails on this thing. And I just got 2 today saying, well, is this okay from somebody at Premier? And I'm like, yeah, Emily has approved this. Go ahead. So I will turn it over to Elizabeth McCrank, though, our local expert on this.
Okay, so two things to sort of cover here. One is, I don't know if you've had a chance to see this, Andrew. So there is a print Don Litzer provided me with of what the sign looks like for Normal Park, and that has been okayed, and it has gone through Emily Lay, the finance director. And so it is in progress. It is being made by Premier now that it has been approved. And he is a show-off and did a lovely job. Mine is also there, but I have to get Emily to approve it for Tammy. And it took a little longer. The pictures that I had submitted were not high enough resolution. I had to go back to the Historical Society, and we did scans, including on their lovely new giant scanner of the picture, the charcoal drawing of Edward F. Burns himself. So we had to deframe it and then reframe it in order to do that. But so we were able to get those higher resolution pics. So you will be getting another 8,000 emails, and I'll be talking with Emily tomorrow to make sure that she okays that one. So then that one will be following this one. And I designed mine a little bit differently from his, and I don't have a printer at home, so I did not print it out for you, because I like things that are angled a little bit for visuals and stuff. But Andrew, if you to just bring you up to speed on that sign that I was working on is the American Legion building.
Okay.
That was then sold for a while to the Merrill Historical Society. They paid for it with a bequest from the Hermine Livingston Fund, and so they called it the Livingston Building, but generally people know it as the American Legion building. It's across from the library, and that was named a Merrill Historic building. I think it's about 2 years ago now that we did that, and so that sign, that's where that sign is going. And didn't put in the picture of the guy drinking in front of the giant moose on the wall in the bar, but I tried. I just couldn't get good enough resolution on that. So that is on its way to being completed. It will cost us like $1,800, I think the estimate was, and so we approved it at a previous committee meeting, and we will be able to then say we completed that. Those 2 initiatives. So that is the update and report on the Normal Park sign, the American Legion sign.
In the one sign I'd like it, that we'll put on a future agenda item that I'd like to see next building get a sign is Old City Hall.
Would be great. Yep. And there is not one of these signs in front of that at this point, is there?
Nothing.
No.
They're kind of.
There's a metal sign from the state register.
Public comment.
There actually is one there that's was put up by the Aware and Active Citizens group with
They got the QR code.
with the QR code and a video and all of that. So, but just to make a historic building probably wouldn't be a bad idea.
Yeah.
So, but there is a sign up there, and
Right.
I believe Mike Robin would be one to talk to of maybe just adding on to their sign.
We've tried to get them in here several occasions, and our agendas just couldn't meet together to talk to that group. But they have one of those QR codes in front of the trophy bar. That's 808 East Main Street in Merrill. Opens at 3. So, okay. Well,
Yep.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, because I'm the one that made the videos for both of those
Okay.
buildings, so.
Mr. Chair, if you'll refresh my memory on this, in order to nominate a building for historic status, do we, I mean, that's a privately owned building, correct? It's not owned
It
by the
is.
city anymore.
So we would have to have.
We
the
would have to
owner's
have the permission of the owner in order to, which I cannot imagine them objecting since they've gone out of their way to do a lot of preservation on it, but sometimes people get
I-
fussy about
I
that.
personally know him, and maybe that should be our next project.
That would be great if we've got a contact there and we can encourage it. I think it's a great idea,
Okay.
as long as they say yes.
Okay. Item number 2, under general items for consideration, is historic street name updates and next steps. So we completed and dedicated the sign for Roger Butta English. There was a little mistake from the manufacturer, but we got it straightened out. Thank to the Merrill Community Media for being there to videotape it. They then immediately went to Pinecrest and videotaped stuff from family members, including Lenore, the wife of Roger Butta English, who then subsequently died about 10 days later. So it was very timely that she got to see the sign. She was very proud of everybody. And she got to obviously give her 2 cents on video, which we'll now have forever. She had handwritten, going off a little bit, she had handwritten notes on people that were to be at her funeral dinner, and myself and the mayor were 2 of those people just for getting that sign done. She was so happy with that, so I'm glad we could get it done. The other signs that were not done 100% correctly have been fixed. They're all back. Tomorrow, the Robert Bob Klug sign will go up at 2nd and Cleveland Street, and that will be covered and unveiled at 9 a.m. on Saturday, the 28th. That's homecoming weekend. And then the Grulings family, I had reached out to them. I didn't hear it. I said, it's there. Let me know when. They reached out to the mayor, and they're hoping for next Monday or Friday. And they will get back to us, and we'll do a news release and an email about Mr. Gruling as well. Gruling, I asked them to put it up at 6th and Hope Street, which is right dab and smack in front of Washington School. The only sign that is hanging out there yet is the Voight sign for former Mayor Ralph Fedavogt. I actually tracked down his son, who's in his mid-80s, is very cognizant of the world, and we had a very nice conversation. He was very happy to hear that they were doing this for his father. I gave him the information, my information, and asked that he call me and let me know once his family got together and agreed on a date and time to come up and put that sign up, and I haven't heard back. We also need to figure out where we're going to put that sign. I like it in the area of this building here, but there's not a lot of, the street signs to mount it on aren't as close as I like, so we're going to have to keep looking for that. And we can maybe, okay. Maybe we can look at that. So that would, once we get, the next 2 are going to go pretty quick. We did Chuck Summers on Monday. I think pretty much everybody that could showed up, or were darn close to it, so. And that family was appreciative. Nathan did the interviews afterwards, and they're pretty much done with their interviews, aren't they?
Yes, they are
Okay.
completely done. For both of them, we're in editing process at this time.
Okay.
What, do you have a time frame of when?
Not in particular right now.
Okay.
Unfortunately, they're not a high priority on our docket, but they will be completed before year end, so then we can figure out QR codes and all that.
Sure.
Go through some revision processes if, people are unhappy with whatever images pop up or whatnot. So we can, we've got some time to complete these and make sure they're the best that they possibly can be.
Okay. All right, and then that will pretty much take care of our street signs for the remainder of the year. Hopefully, we'll get Fedavogt done in a timely manner. And then we can put this back out in March, soliciting additional names. All right, any other questions or comments on historic street names, updates, and next steps? I will set the date and time in the next meeting to call a chair. And we are looking at possibly moving this meeting to the first, or is it the first we say, or the second? Monday.
The first.
You could do it either one. You could do the first, second, or third Monday,
Okay.
actually.
So I'll double check with B and Steve and see what their conflict is. B is obviously has a continuing conflict with Wednesdays, and I have one in the summer, so do you with Thursdays. So I think we're going to move this to Mondays then.
The only thing on Mondays it would be, like Labor Day, Memorial Day.
Yeah.
We'd have that.
Yep.
Other than that, it'd be fine.
Okay. All right. I will call and ask for any of the public comment, all the public here, anyone you wish to comment. First call for public comment. And I'll do a second call for public comment.
And all at once.
And finally, third call for public comment. All right, I'll take a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second?
Motion made and seconded to adjourn. All those in favor signify so by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. We are adjourned. Thank you.